So it's a cold morning here. It rarely gets below freezing, but it was at 29 degrees at about 8 o'clock last night. I don't know when it dropped below freezing, but it was 24 this morning, and it's warmed up just a little bit, but we're still well below freezing. So let's do some cold starts. It's not often we get in the 20s. Suburban was running last night, so it should start right up. Yep, no problem. And I wish my thermometer worked, but the little display on it went out. So no problem. On to the next one. Alright. Truck was running yesterday as well, so it should start. Find the key. Do one pump. Oh man, that's easy. A little rough. Smoothing out. Now, if it wouldn't have been running yesterday, it would have been a hard start because it's got a quadrajet and it leaks down. So if it sits a few days, you got to crank it over till you fill up till the mechanical fuel pump fills up the bowl in the carburetor. But since it was just running yesterday, one pump primed it up. And now we're running smooth. We're on high idle. We're starting to emit some cold smoke. I'm actually going to let this one run a few minutes, and we'll go on to the next. Alright, Honda Rancher hasn't run in 3 or 4 months. It's been a while. Actually got a low tire, so we could even have a low battery. Ooh. This thing's never taken that long to start. We may have a fail here. Oh man, it's never been that hard to start. Like I said, it's been sitting 3 or 4 months. The gas in it's getting a little old. Probably need to run it and run that gas out of it. It's got under half a tank. I'll let it run a while. Barely started. Well, let's see if the Ford 8N will start up. Got the gas on. This weak battery, like I said, only does about 11 volts. Half choke right now. Oh. motor. Alright. 12 months flow by. Let it run. A little smoky. We have to find ourselves a motor. Block's still leaking. Might as well let this run for a few minutes. Alright, Farm Mall Cub. It's got some nasty gas in it, hasn't been running in, I'd say at least 8 months, maybe a year. Trying to remember the last time I used it. I mowed with it. Yeah, it's been a long time. I'll put it that way. 10 months for sure. Like I said, it's got some nasty gas in it. I can't even get the cap off right now. There we go. Well, you can't see in there, but it stinks. So it'll probably run on it. We'll see. As long as there's no water in it. And the battery's weak. I did, probably a month or two ago, I did put the charger on the battery just to top it off. And I think it was before we had our last cold spell. I wanted to make sure the battery didn't freeze or anything. So let's see. Oh, choke lever. Choke it. And we got a bad connection on the battery. She's not turning over too fast. We got no connection. I don't know if it's the ground or the positive. Which one? This battery is old. Let's see, it is 8 years old, and it was a used battery. The problem with it is the terminals, the lead post, have gotten so, I don't know, they're turning like black, and you can't get good connections on them. So that's what we're fighting against. Alright, let me deal with this a little bit. Alright, some lube on the bolt for the battery terminal, and got it loose. Took it off, cleaned the post, cleaned the terminal. They're both pretty nasty. Was able to tighten it down more. Didn't mess with the ground. We'll see if it's okay. So let's see. I think I'll lift the gas on. Can't remember. We're not dripping, so it makes me think that I'm not getting gas in. Before we crank it, let's see what we got. So we got some rusty stuff. It's Some rusty colored gas down in there. And it looks like we got a fuel bowl dripping. Okay, hopefully that'll stop the leak. It's a little bit loose. Gas stinks. Let's tap on the side of the carburetor a little bit, make sure the float's not stuck. Once this thing starts cranking over, I want to make sure we got the best chance of it starting. We're not flooded. Okay. I don't think we're going to get much out of this battery. I'm tempted not to do the choke. I normally don't have to choke this thing. Gas about halfway. Ignition on. I don't think it's going to go. We may not have enough voltage to fire the ignition. I kind of think we're not getting fuel though. Ooh, some nasty stuff. Alright, so we got fuel. Oh man, it's running down my sleeve. Ooh, that is nasty. It stinks. Definitely not the thing I want all on my clothes now. Stinking all day. Alright, so we got some fuel. I don't know, it may not be enough gas to go. Got an idea though. I'm not gonna load this thing, but we might throw this charger on there and put it right at the coil. I'm thinking we don't have enough voltage to fire. If we throw voltage right at the coil, we may have enough to fire this thing off. It doesn't need to crank over that fast as long as it's firing. And like I said, I don't know if that fuel's good enough. Let's see. Let me hook this up. Alright, so just topped it off with some fresher gas and let it run. Kind of tried to shake the tractor up a little bit to mix it up a little bit and let the gas run through the bowl a little bit. Try to get some fresher stuff. It's still yellow, but maybe it's a little better. I don't think it's gonna go. I think even with the battery charger, I think we're dropping too much voltage in the coils not to be firing. We've also got electronic ignition on this thing, so it may not be enough for it to fire either. So I'm going to turn the gas back off, and we may try this one later. I'm going to leave the charger on it. Turn the gas off and come back to it later. Maybe we can get it to fire up after that battery's been on charge for a little bit. I think we've gone as long as we can with a battery. I think we're going to buy a battery for it. I think we're done with our tools, so we'll take those back. And I think we'll try the Bobcat. Don't think the John Deere will start. We may try it, we may not. I had to jump it off last time. I'm pretty sure it's got at least one bad battery in it. So I don't think it'll start, but we may try it. But we'll definitely try the Bobcat. I think it'll start. So the Bobcat has glow plugs and a fairly new battery. So I'm pretty sure it'll start up. Taking a while for the glow plugs to warm up. It wasn't too happy about it. We have one cylinder. Look at all that smoke. Definitely had a cylinder that wasn't firing. Might have a weak glow plug. Well, we can see if the John Deere will start. I kind of doubt it.